South African woman kills her husband of 19 years to be with a criminal. This story is so funny. Okay, now, I got a recommendation. You know, when you do a video about a particular thing, YouTube will recommend it naturally to you. So this lady had been married to this man for 19 years, and all of a sudden she meets a man on Facebook without knowing who the man was. They began to chat. From chatting, this lady started catching feelings for this man, and in her mind she thought the man was a politician. And the guy, they were chatting. She didn't know that the guy was a criminal, or she didn't even know the guy was in jail while they were chatting. And then this brings me to, why do they allow, convicted criminals, like somebody who is serving a life sentence, to be with the phone? I thought South Africans say in South Africa there are people that keep to the law. They will tell you South Africa is not Nigeria where anything goes, but these things happen in South Africa. So this lady decided that, okay, was fantasizing her. They're going to see, they were exchanging text messages. From that, he went to WhatsApp. They were talking. She was fantasizing and all of that. And then she woke up one morning and told this guy who is in prison that she wants to kill her husband so that she can be with him. And then she also mentioned to the guy that the husband has a life insurance on him, which means if she kills him, she's going to take all the benefits. And the guy said it was a splendid idea. Of course, a criminal is someone that would definitely want to lure you more into what your mind has told you to do. So they got into the relationship. They were dating, even though they were not seeing. They were sex texting. They were doing so many things together. Just one day, Faith told this guy. The guy now said, don't worry, that he's going to, the convicted person who is already on life sentence, now told her that he was going to refer her to someone. And the prisoner referred Faith to this principal of a school. And the principal of the school was the one that led Faith, the wife of the man, to seeing the killer. On reaching there, they talked and they began to plan on modalities on how to unalive this man. And then it got to a point where she was planning on the next way to do it. She decided to, bring the guy in her own car, one of their cars, took her husband's gun, gave the guy, took her husband's uniform, gave the guy. In all this time, they were in talking terms with the other guy, and the guy was there telling her what to do. Even when the guy who wanted to carry on the case or the unaliving was, growing cold feet that he didn't want to do it again, the guy threatened him and even insisted on, adding more money to his money rather. And then told the guy in prison told the wife of this man that it will cost her 3,000 rands to be able to carry out this whole mess. And then she agreed to go about it. So that day, she did a video of her own apartment and all that and sent it to the guy, and still brought the guy to come fake like he was looking for a real estate thing, like maybe he's looking for a house to rent. Brought the guy into the house, showed the guy the whole house, and even where the husband's safe is, maybe apparently where he keeps his uniform and his gun, since he's a police officer. And she was doing well in her own business or her own job. Money wasn't the issue, but nobody knows what really transpired between them that made her think of doing what she did, or would think of unaliving her own husband. So that was what happened. So after she brought this guy to the house, the guy saw everything. So one day, she now said they should go out. The husband was someone who was always very fond of his children, spending time with his children. And then he went out to meet this woman. He went out with his family, and as they got out with his children and family, they got out into the place where they went to eat. Like, you took your family out, he took them out. That was how this woman was still sending them message to say that they've gone out to, they are not at home. Let the guy go and stay in a place where once the husband comes, he can, gun him. And the guy now came into the house because he was using one of their cars and wearing the police uniform. The neighbors did not suspect that there was anything fishy fishy. So the guy came in and positioned himself in a corner. So while he was still texting them, the lady said to him that she's sending him out now to go and buy something, that he should use the opportunity to unalive him. This man sends her a message to say that this husband of hers came out with their daughter, so he cannot carry out the unaliving. And the lady was like, oh wash, that okay, that she's going to send him out again, but this time he should not miss. So this lady, this South African lady, because they are both South Africans, sends her husband out this time. Of course, he came back again with their daughter from where he went to buy something. So this time, he sends the man out again and says, go and lock the gate. As the man went to lock the gate, that was when this guy gunned the man down. As this man gunned this man down, he was bleeding and asking for help. The wife stood there and acted like she freezed. People thought she was shocked that kind of a thing happened. But this woman did not help her husband. It was neighbors that took the man to the hospital, but he couldn't make it. He passed on. So after 2 months, she had collected the life insurance, shared the money to everybody who was involved in this whole thing. And after sharing the money, the guy who carried out the unaliving heard the news on TV and heard the last surname. And he was like, wait, this person that they took him to go and unalive is sharing the same surname with him. That could have explained why he was developing a cold feet the first time to do it. So he went out and tendered himself to the police and told them everything that happened. Even though some sources said the police were the ones that cracked his hiding and saw him with the police uniform and the gun. But some sources said he was the one that turned himself in and told them that upon hearing that they shared the same surname with this man, it could have been someone they are related with. But he never knew the surname, but he knows that woman that contracted him to do that stuff, she bears that name, so it could be the husband, which he was the one that did the unaliving. So the police now went, arrested him, and arrested the principal, and arrested the wife. And this woman was even smiling on the day they arrested her. They handcuffed her legs, she was smiling. There was no remorse or anything. And that was how they brought out the guy in prison who is already serving jail term. They brought him out. And so what my own is, why would they allow him to still be with the phone? So they gave the guy 20 years and gave the woman 12 years. I think the first 12 years is for conspiracy. Then they gave her life imprisonment. And she was smiling. She was not even remorseful at all. She was just smiling throughout the case. She was smiling. She was not even remorseful. She wore sneakers. She was the handcuff on her leg. She was just playing with it, and people were videoing her. She was smiling. It's such a shocking thing to see. So this guy, the one that did the unaliving, they gave him 20 years to serve. Then this other principal, he might have argued that that he did not know what they were planning. He just was the one to introduce them to the person. He did not know what they were planning, but he knew because he was part of the conversation, almost like they were doing a conference call. It was part of the conversation of how they were or giving them ideas on how they will eliminate this guy. So he too would serve his jail term. So please, if you're out there, be careful who you marry. Be careful. Don't end up marrying your enemy. And you know that these South Africans, they can do and undo. Please, Nigerians, stay away from them. Let them be doing themselves. Sure, you saw the one that just happened where a South African man unalived this ex-wife, ex-girlfriend, whatever it is, and still posted it on Facebook. Stay away from these people. Their level of crime cannot be explained. That is their own. If you talk, that's why when they say Nigerians came to spoil their country, it makes me laugh, because they are very deadly. Stay away from them as much as you can. And you who is a foreigner in that land, be careful. Keep romance one side and face why you are there. If you are there on your company's order to go work there, just walk on eggshells till you leave that place. Don't say hi to anybody, because you see those they are girls, their heart is behind them. They have hearts. They are women, God forbid. Stay away as much as possible. God forbid. Chai.